Welcome back to another Project Rebirth review. Today we're going to take a look at a 3-pack of figures from the Batman Missions line. This group is entitled Night Missions, Batman and Robin vs. Bane. Here's a look at the front of the box. And as you can see, there's an arrow pointing to Bane's chest. And when you press, Bane lights up. Here's the left side of the box and the right. And here's a look at the back of the box. The back of the box shows a drawing of an action scene in which Bane is literally busting out of Blackgate Penitentiary. The bat signal is shining in the sky, and Batman and Robin are swinging into action to stop Bane and put him back in prison. Batman is shown wearing 2 devices on his arms that are essentially mechanical armor in order to give him an edge fighting Bane. In the lower left-hand corner is a group of figures that are available in this Batman Missions line. Alright, let's get these figures out of the box. Here's the figures out of the box. In my opinion, the arm accessories on Batman are insanely stupid and the dumbest accessory that I've ever seen. I've watched some other reviews of this figure set in which some very talented reviewers waste a lot of time trying to get these things to fit on the figure's arms properly, which they don't. And I'll just show you how they don't fit. They kind of hang out awkwardly to the sides, and if you try to position these in, then they fall out. Plus, they look flat out really, really stupid. And like I said, probably the worst accessory I've ever seen, and shame on you, Mattel. So let's get these dumb things off and take a look at Batman without them. Here's a close-up look at the accessories, and it'll be the last time that you see them on camera in my review. Here's a look at all 3 figures without the arm accessories. Looks much better. Alright, I'm going to start off with Bane. Other YouTubers I've seen have started with either Batman or Robin and worked their way up to Bane. And I get it, save the best for last. But I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to start with the figure that I was most interested in when I bought this set. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, this is the one that you're most curious about too. So here's a look at the figure, and I think it looks really, really cool. This figure has many features of the classic Bane from the comics, including the Mexican wrestler type mask, as well as the overall look of the figure. However, there are elements of Tom Hardy's Bane from The Dark Knight Rises, specifically metallic looks about the mask and the vest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Taking a quick look at this Batman figure, this figure is pretty cool looking. I do like the blue-gray base of the figure with its black applications. This does look like an actual uniform that Batman perhaps could wear. It's not too far out in appearance. And for comparison purposes, here it is side by side with the Stealth Glider Batman, also from the Batman Missions line. And here's this special edition Batman figure alongside the standard Batman Missions Robin figure, and also the new figure now that we're going to review today from the Batman and Robin versus Bane. That would be on the far right. Overall, this figure is pretty decent looking, although I don't like it quite as much as the standard Robin that came separately. And that would be this figure here. So here you can see the two figures side by side. I know different people, YouTubers, have speculated as to which Robin, as far as, Tim Drake versus other versions of Robins these are. I'm not going to attempt to do that. But here you can compare their respective uniforms and the appearance of both figures. All right, let's check out Articulation individually. Let's take a look at Articulation. This figure's head can move slightly from side to side, but not all the way to the shoulder line. It does not look up or down whatsoever. The arms can be raised to approximately a little bit over 90 degrees. The shoulder is a ball joint. The arm can bend to just less than 90 degrees. And there is a joint at the wrist, so it can flex inward slightly, about that much. The waist does turn from side to side. There is no ab crunch. The legs can only extend slightly, can bend at the knee. The calf and boot are one solid piece with no movement whatsoever at the foot. And the leg itself cannot move backward at all. It can bend to about there. One additional point with regard to articulation. Although this is one solid piece, I do want to note that the boot can rotate out to the side, actually can rotate 360. All right, let's take a look at Batman's articulation. His head can move to the left and to the right. There's a slight up and down movement, I think only because the head is loose on the ball joint, but not deliberate. The shoulders can raise, but not near to 90 degrees because of the shoulder pad. And there's limitations in the bending at the elbow. Again, nowhere near 90 degrees. There is a joint where the wrist can flex inward that much. Does not really seem to flex outward. The figure can rotate at the waist. There is no ab crunch. The leg can be raised just that much, and it does not move backwards at all. And the figure does bend at the knee. These boots do not rotate from side to side, and this is all in one flat piece. The articulation of the Robin figure is identical to the articulation of the Batman figure, so I'm not going to go through that any further. Here are my final thoughts on the Batman and Robin vs. Bane Batman Mission set. First, I wish the Bane figure was sold as a solo figure and not just part of this set, as I would have been quite happy to purchase that alone. However, the styling in all three figures are good, and articulation is pretty decent. The expressions on the Batman figure could have been better. It's hard to describe, but he has somewhat of a dull, lifeless look to him. Kind of looks like a mannequin. As mentioned, the arm accessories on the Batman figure are a complete joke. Just trash. For comparison, if you look at the Crossbone figures that came with Marvel's Captain America Crossbone set, you can see what good mechanical arm braces look like on an action figure. With regard to the Bane figure, I wish that his head did not have the clear opening. I'll show you right now. Too much light escapes through that opening, diminishing how much the eyes light up. Plus, it makes no sense at all that Bane's skull would somehow be translucent and clear. It would have been very cool if the Bane figure had had clear tubing that attached from his armband to either the back of his head or his backpack area. And if that tube lit up green, that would have really been cool. However, that's not how they chose to design this figure. But all in all, the Bane figure makes this entire set worth purchasing, and it's definitely a great figure to add to your collection. Bottom line, should you buy this set? Hell yes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Project Rebirth review.